Hello dear brothers and sisters of Africa. Hello dear compatriots, dear friends. Warm greetings, welcome to Africa Metamorphosis. Today we are going to talk about the situation in Mali. You know, of recent, Mali is going through a series of, I would say, terrorist attacks in the northern part of this country, and equally going through a serious diplomatic fight with the colonial master France. So talking about the situation in Mali, we are going to focus on the person of Colonel Assimi Goïta. Colonel Assimi Goïta, according to us in Africa Metamorphosis, is a living African hero that needs to be celebrated while he is still alive. After the death of Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, Kwame Nkrumah, and other Pan-Africanists who portray positively the image of Africa to the world, when they were alive, they were not regarded at their dimension, you see. But when they died today, we see many people moving around with their effigies and so on. But Colonel Assimi Goïta is a living African hero, and he needs to be celebrated while he's still alive, because this guy is doing a wonderful job out there. And in this video, we are giving the reasons why Colonel Assimi Goïta needs to be celebrated as a living African hero, a 21st century modern African hero. Dear brothers and sisters, if you are ready, let's go. Colonel Assimi Goïta was born in 1983. He is a statesman, politician, and military man of the Republic of Mali. His father was a military man working in the army of Mali. As he grew up, Assimi Goïta, he was trained in the military academies of Mali. He will later join the army of Mali, and he's going to work in this army and become colonel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a short summary of the biography of the 21st century living African hero in the person of Colonel Assimi Goïta. Colonel Assimi Goïta is a living African hero because in 2020, when the northern part of Mali was threatened by a series of terrorist attacks, he decided, with the aid of his companions and the army of Mali, to put aside, via a coup d'etat, the regime of Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. All of us are aware that this regime was being monitored and controlled on a daily basis by France, and we know the purpose of France in Mali was to exploit the soil, the minerals of Mali. So seeing the situation that is degrading, people were dying, Malians were refugees in many neighboring countries, Colonel Assimi Goïta decided to take his responsibility by putting aside a regime that could not do anything to solve the problem. For this reason, dear brothers and sisters, we think that Colonel Assimi Goïta is a living African hero. Ladies and gentlemen, as it was not enough, a transition government was created after putting aside the regime of Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. The president of this government was a certain Mofta one, Vice President Colonel Assimi Goïta, and Prime Minister Bah Ndaw. After working with these two civilians for a few months, the military of Mali realized that they were not working in the interests of the transition government. They were working in the interests of maybe France. They suspected them of maybe cooperating or collaborating with France. That is how they will be expelled and dismissed from their positions. And Colonel Assimi Goïta is going to take the full power. In other words, another coup d'etat has taken place, and Colonel Assimi Goïta is going to be the main man to lead Mali towards its destination. Dear brothers and sisters, in a space of less than 1 year, Colonel Assimi Goïta, with the aid of the army of Mali, are going to operate 2 successful coup d'etat. It is not given in the 21st century. For this reason, dear brothers and sisters, Colonel Assimi Goïta deserves to be called a living African hero in modern times. Dear Colonel, go forward. The people of Africa are behind you. The energies of Africans are supporting you. Go forward with your government. We are going to win. The fatherland or death, we shall triumph over our enemies. After taking full power in Mali, ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Assimi Goïta is going to nominate at the post of Prime Minister a Pan-Africanist in the name of Koulikoro.He, a very hardworking guy, somebody who is devoted, who is having a vision of a greater Mali, who is having a vision of a greater Africa. Koulikoro.He and Colonel Assimi Goïta, go forward, we are behind you. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Assimi Goïta is the only African leader to put in peril the relationship between an African country with France, with the colonial master France, the only African leader to have done so. After taking full power in Mali, he started by dismissing the French ambassador to Mali. He also suspended RFI and France 24 from propagating in the territory of Mali. As it was not enough, he also ended the military cooperation between France and Mali. Ladies and gentlemen, no African leader in this generation, in this century, has taken an initiative of this caliber to put the colonial matter France to the wall, to put the colonial matter France to a defensive position. Only Colonel Assimi Goïta has done it. For this reason, dear brothers and sisters, he needs to be exalted to a dimension of a living African hero. Colonel Assimi Goïta, go forward, Africa is behind you. Even those who are fighting you are supporting you behind. Dear Colonel, go forward. With you, we are dreaming of a new Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Assimi Goïta is going to accelerate the cooperation with Russia. After some few months with the cooperation, the military cooperation with Russia, the situation in the northern part of Mali is gradually becoming back to normal, of which the colonial master France has been there since 2012, and the situation was getting worse day by day. The purpose of France, the interest of France, was to exploit the soil of Mali and take away minerals to go and develop France. But this time, they have in front of them a serious guy called Colonel Assimi Goïta. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a guy who knows what is best for his people, who can fight for his people, and who can raise up the dignity of his people. Dear brothers and sisters, Colonel Assimi Goïta is simply a living African hero. We cannot doubt about it. It is a fact, and let us celebrate him, let us exalt him to this dimension. The fatherland of dirt, we shall triumph. Colonel Assimi Goïta, go forward. The military cooperation with Russia was going to be a big blow to France, because we know geopolitically these countries are like, let's say, opposite to each other. And that's why you see France was going to put in place a series of measures to like sabotage this successful military cooperation with Russia. But thank God, Colonel Assimi Goïta and his entire government, all of them are wise people who know what is good for their people, and the people of Mali are equally engaged and they know what is good for them. So that's why France will never succeed. And we don't know if tomorrow Mali is going to come out from the franc zone by creating or adopting its own currency and living away the monkey currency called the CFA franc. We don't yet know, but let us have hope that with Colonel Assimi Goïta this can happen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Subscribe. See you for the next video.